Hi everybody, this is a day trade recap. Today is July 27th. Posted a bunch of trade plans in the trade plan room. Some of them were swings, and I will do that occasionally. I'm not a swing trader, but I can draw targets really well, and I am good with setups. I just don't have the patience for a swing trade. So I am not comfortable swing trading, but some of you might be. So I'll post one where I'm pretty confident with what I'm looking at. Of all of the trades, most of them worked out very, very well. They set up beautifully. Some of them that didn't set up, they just faded out. I want to really work with you now on helping you understand where the setups are, okay? I'm starting to post screenshots of my chart so you can see where I'm drawing my lines, but I think that's a little hard still for you to see the actual lines in a screenshot. So I'll try to call them out. I'm just trying to be fast and quick because, I'm trying to do trades myself. So doing the best I can, but I will try to post the visual as well as actually text the levels that I'm looking at. But what I want to do in this video is help you recognize setups. Since I'm giving those targets to you, your biggest job and hardest job is knowing when to get in. Right? If I had said, okay, it's going to this line and you're right here, and it didn't make it and you got in and it goes down here, that was not a setup, right? So I'm going to help you understand and recognize setups. Usually after it goes through a line, if I tell you there's a target, and a lot of times they will push through and continue to go through that line, like right here, but generally they're going to come back to that line and they're going to do something to that line, either prove it as support or break through and try to find support below that. And here it found this line, right? Found this line. And usually these lines are going to really mean something. When I call out a target, it's an important level and it's going to mean something to price. So this stock, price found this line. And what you do there is you're never really sure, because in this case, let me zoom in, you're actually below VWAP. You're like, oh, I hate that. I hate trading below VWAP. It's pretty close to it though. It's kind of doing that little VWAP pole dance, right? Skinning back and forth, back and forth. But what I like to look for, and I'm on a 1 minute chart, and that's what I use most of the time. I will look at 5 minute once in a while when things are slow and sluggish, but no, this is a fairly low float stock. So the price action should go really well once it gets going. So what I look for, it's made this low, came down to this line. What I want now is a confirmation, and my confirmation comes in the form of a higher low, right? Here's the higher low. I have a buy signal here. That's a higher low. Went from red to green right here. I've added this little signal here on your chart. They're good buy signals, but as you can see, you'll get them going downhill too. But anyway, so what I was looking for, we had this high here, came down to this level, this support level, right? Below all these other lines, these EMAs and the VWAP and everything. It came down to this nice line. It found that and it bounced up. So you're never really positive if that's really support in this case when it has been selling down. So what I look for is a higher low, and here's the higher low, and then you get in, right? See, there's my buy arrow right there, getting in at $3.28, and it cruised through these targets, and I expected that because it had already dealt with them once. Sometimes you just have to kind of monitor, and you can see here this target here how it tagged it and kind of pulled back to the 9 EMA, and I was expecting that. And then it went again, the 9 EMA is this light blue dash line. Okay. So it came down to the 9, it caught it, and then it went up to this $4 target. See here again, this line is here for a reason. Price will find that line, and look how many times it tagged that level. But as long as your dash lines, your EMAs are pointing up and things are staying good, you can stay with it to your target. And another thing, when I have drawn targets like too close together like this, usually this top one, this is where it's going to go. It's going to go to this top one most of the time, especially when you've got two very close together. For some reason, this is going to be a heavy resistance area. And that's why I posted in the trade plan room that now that it has done this, you're going to see heavy resistance and it will have trouble breaking through that. And of course, it really had trouble. Look at that. It just sold down. It came all the way down to this yellow dash, which is the 200 EMA, but it also came back down to this white line, which was a previous target, and it fell below, right? But then it came back up, and now it's just kind of pole dancing that white line, right? It did that for a very long time. Came back up to this level. And I'll tell you, when I start to see what I call the pole dance, where price just whipshaws around a line, a level, and you're like, what is that? You can't tell if it's support or resistance at all. Well, it might help to put it on a slightly higher time frame just to see, well, what is it really doing? I'm on a 5 minute. And basically, yeah, even the 5 minute is hard to know. Go to a 15 minute, right? Just look at what the candles look like. Mostly they're under that line, okay? They're spending more time. The bodies are under that line. So that was kind of resistance, but now it's above it. And this is a 15-minute chart. Here it's coming back down to it, and it's actually breaking below. My opinion is it probably wants this 50. Anyway, just use higher time frames if you can't tell what in the world are you looking at here, just use a higher time frame, 5-minute, 15-minute, whatever it takes. Like I had to go to the 15-minute to see that candles were really just spending most of the time below that line. A little bit above, came here for a pop. We had a nice buy signal. Happened very quickly, but also this funny line that goes from green to pink and yellow. Candles were holding that. So, on a lower time frame, you could use this one. Do you see how this is a higher, I'm on a 5-minute chart right now. This is a higher low than this one, right? 307, 319. So that would be a potential entry if you wanted to take it to this line. So you probably would have got in around $3.26 and could have taken it to $3.55, which is like 25 cents, right? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If you get the right signal, you get the higher low, and it's pretty clear that it's going to just pop and go to here. So that's what you're looking for. And this was kind of a lame example because the range was small, but you know what? The price point is also very small. So in this case right here, when I got in at like 338 or whatever, and went to 4, I actually got out at $3.97. But that was like a 60-cent move per share. And if you're leveraging in this price range, you can leverage easily like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 shares easily and not even really use all of your capital. Even if it was just 3,000, you made $1,800 in just on a 60-cent per share gain. So this would have made your day, and you could have gone and done something else for the rest of the day. So I just kind of wanted to help you with that, and I will try to make videos that continue to reinforce the looking for a higher low. Like I say, I'm on a 5-minute chart on this BWV. 1-minute chart was kind of hard to read. It was just kind of hard to read because of all of this pole dancing that it did in here. So, but you can see it was just hugging that 200 EMA, and that's pretty common. Now it's breaking below. I'm not going to try to make any bets on this one, but it's just not a setup. Even though we have all these targets that I may have called out earlier, you have to see the setup. If it's selling down, look for where it's looking for support. If you cannot tell, go to a higher time frame, 5-minute maybe. Maybe that'll help, maybe not. It's still kind of hard. It's just right there on the line. Maybe the 15, just to give you some more clarity. You can see here, if you were looking at it back at this time, back at 9:30 or whatever, it's below this white line. So that's resistance. That's resistance. Well, here it's starting to break. This wick right here on the 15-minute chart broke through. You had a buy signal. So if you wanted to take it to that line, technically this is going to be, this red line might be a target as well. And you look at that wick went right to it. So, you can use these lines. These lines are here for a reason. They're here to help you. And when I call out targets, in this case, we knew that it was a tight range, that it was going to be pretty choppy because the range was very tight. Anyway, so that's all I had for this video. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, I'm going to try to work on focusing more on helping you recognize entry points, okay? Higher lows and stuff like that, okay? Well, I hope this was helpful. If you had any questions, let me know and we will talk soon.